Hello everyone, my name is Cetus and welcome to Imperator Rome as Egypt. In the last episode, we kind of just went through a lot of the initial prompts, talked through a bunch of concepts. Not the most exciting episode. We didn't even manage to unpause, which is, something that happens in games of this level of complexity. And I am trying to explain things. So what we were at is we were kind of taking a look at our laws right now. I wanted to take a look at our military reforms, and I'm just going to take a glance through. I'm looking through my laws, looking to see if there's anything that will improve our civilization rate. Uh, and actually, none of these things are unlocked, so it doesn't matter. We can't change them. So we'll check on that later. We'll talk about the other things as they come up. Let's dive into the missions, because this is kind of what I was thinking the goal of this would be, is to complete the Egyptian mission tree. We have two possibilities. One is the matter of Palestine. Our fortune await in foreign land. The Palestine region has been considered part of our borders, yet much of it remains beyond our control. Make sure that it is brought within the influence. So the entire region of Palestine. I'm curious if I just... No, it's not going to tell me what the region of Palestine is. I mean, we can take a guess. But what's the other one? Pearl of Lower Egypt. Lower Egypt is our home as well as the center of our economy. We must grow the economy and blah, blah, blah. So this one is going to be developing our own country. This one's going to be expanding. Let's expand. Let's take a glance through it. So... Ooh. That one territory is owned by Phrygia. That will be a pain. Oh, that's controlled by Phrygia as well. I already regret it. We should have taken the develop my country one before we get into fights with Phrygia. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Well, I could technically abort, but we made our choices. Consult the court. It'll take a year, we'll get some prompts, and we'll potentially be able to go to war at the end of it. I also wanted to take a look into some of our provinces, because I think what we might want to do for a lot of these provinces, is set them to... You know what, let's actually not worry about it. Let's unpause. Let's get things moving forward. We could send our fleet out to do stuff, which could be interesting. We will actually have this. We'll have this one set to destroy pirates. So when pirates want to buy, they will destroy them, which is a good start. Sounding out the opposition, our researcher has raged for many years over our rocky relationship with the nation states resident in Palestine. A nation many in Egypt call a friend, stands well placed to provide us with assistance in endeavors to control Palestine. Many of our more warlike advisors, however, seem intent on burning old bridges and laying waste to their lands. What country is that? What's that giant country? Do we want to be peaceful or do we want to be warlike? I don't know what the gain of being warlike. I don't know what the game of being peaceful with them all. It's actually a good question though. Like, can we ally? I guess we don't want to ally Phrygia, which they wouldn't anyway, so that's fine. Can we ally Greece? We can ally Greece. That's interesting. Seleucid Empire? Okay. Seleucid Empire, 100% allying with. Any of these people down here, they're all willing to join us. Do we care? We want to expand into this territory, so they might be useful. And I could ally them and not have to think about that border. But again, that land looks really nice. It's right next to my land, and I could expand into it and then have a good foothold. I'm going to just... You know what? No. Let's ally Greece. Two major powers are our friends. Phrygia would be a fool to engage us. I think that's pretty good. So let's unpause. We're making good money. We'll want to expand some of our territory. For now, let's grab a technology. What do we want? Change government, triumph, loyalty of characters would be good. Monthly ruler, popularity, wrong culture, happiness. Let's grab. Uh, hang on, game. I'm buying a technology. I guess let's read it because it says war, and if I'm going to war, that's going to change my decision. We have built the largest empire the world has ever seen. Oh, having built the Alexander the Great died suddenly 8 years ago with no clear successor. Blah blah blah. One of his is perhaps the most successful. So basically, we have gained claims on Alexander's former empires: Greece, Thrace. Oof. They will go away upon the death of our leader, who is gonna die like right away. So maybe we're going to an immediate war. Maybe that's our outcome. Let's grab siege engineers, just in case we do that. I can go to war with Phrygia right off the bat, and they have an insane number of allies that would join them, and I could pull in Seleucid Empire and what the Macedons, the Greeks basically. They have Thrace. So let's zoom out and see what these nations are. Athens, tiny, 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 tiny. A bunch of little vassals, basically. That guy's big. Seleucid Empire is big, though. This could be... I think I might do this. I think I might go to war with Phrygia right off the bat. They're our biggest enemy, and if we can just eat a chunk of their land right off the bat, I think we're going to be in a way more stable position. This... I didn't... We know I need this land. So what do we got? I need the rest of this province. I'll need this province, and I don't think I need further up for what I'm doing. Out of curiosity, actually. Decisions. What can I form? Reunite the Alexander Empire. We are not doing that. That is overly ambitious. I would not. I have no interest in that. But we could definitely push our way up a little bit. I think that's what we're going to do. It did remind me, though, however, there is one thing I haven't talked about, which is pretty important. Because we have our culture. We are Egyptian, as one would expect. We're going to be taking land that is not Egyptian and slowly converting it to Egyptian. As one does in these games. But what's interesting is religion. Kemetic is our country's primary religion. But what is this when we zoom on in? Hellenic? We have the Greek religion in some of our provinces? Well, why is that? Well, if you recall, we are the just broken off from the Alexander Empire. Our ruler has inheritance rights to Alexander's empire, hence the pop-up that just came. What am I looking for? So governor, if you look at him, he is of Egypt, but he is actually Greek. If you look down his culture and his religion, fully Greek. This is a very interesting thing with the time when this starts, is that technically Egypt right now is ruled by a Greek person. So this has interesting effects. One, there will always be a little bit of a challenge to popularity because most of the country follows a different religion. Most of the country is a different culture. Kind of problematic. The other problem... Yeah, our kid is Athenian. Or our heir is Athenian. The other problem is the religion is just completely wrong. Because as far as the government is concerned, we are a Hellenic nation. And the people are like, no, I don't really want to be. So we have some options, not a lot of options. Right now, we are slowly going to convert the country to our religion. And everyone's going to be grumpy about that. There is an event that can pop and we can switch ourselves to the Egyptian religion, which has its own benefits. The benefit of the Greek culture and religion is we will have bonuses to gaining technology. So we'll see how that goes. For now, let's declare war. What do we want? We want... Oh, we have claims on everything. That's absurd. We're definitely taking advantage of this. What are we looking for? City of Azin in Philistia? Philistia. I think it's that one, right? Phillistia. Okay. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna basically create a massive war between pretty much the most powerful nations right off the bat. Rome and Carthage are powerful. Carthage are powerful, but not like these nations are at the beginning of the game. Though these nations have a tendency to die off and be eaten alive by each other. Phrygia will probably explode into a civil war at some point, and the Seleucid Empire often does as well, just as it breaks down. For now, let's create a war with everyone. A massive, insane war. So we're going to send our troops this way. Let's take a look at our tactics. So tactics are a big part of the fighting. Each tactic has bonuses against certain other tactics, negatives against certain other tactics. Ideally, you would choose the best tactic versus the tactic your enemy is using. Hard to see what the enemy has. A good way around that is you can have an army with a lesser general engage, see what the enemy tactics are, then your army with the better general can come in, take over, and you will have chosen the tactics you want. If you don't know, then just choose the best that you have. We both skirmishing and bottleneck are both good for us. We'll start with skirmishing. We have 4 camels, 4 heavy infantry, and 4 light infantry. It's an interesting army. Maybe not exactly what I would choose, but that's fine. We are going to request a supply train be built for it and join it at some point. Now, Davies, let's take over control. And they have tactics as well. So harassment is the best one for this fleet. Bring them to here. What do we got here? Oop. I'm going to guess harassment is the best for this one too. Yeah. Both come sit here. And we'll just see how this goes. I'm hoping the Seleucid Empire. Trying to look at stuff. 23. Yeah, I think we can win this. For troop values. I think this will be fine. The matter of Palestine. So, we shift towards a more peaceful approach in dealings with Palestine, or we continue to be warlike. We'll keep going warlike. Maybe we shouldn't anger Palestine while, you know, we're angering one of the biggest nations in the world, but hey, let's not be too logical about things. That would be boring. We are apparently losing the war. I'm gonna guess, yeah, they're taking my vassals. They've killed my vassals' armies and they're taking their land. Also kind of looks like Macedon is being beaten up. Let's not worry about it. Let's do our thing. Come on, guys. I guess we can speed up a little bit. I'm always scared to be on speed 5 when I'm in war, but that's fine. So we got to start by taking this province because this province has a fort and the zone of control is preventing us from moving forward. Actually, will be kind of a slow push forward because we'll have to take any forts. Actually, there might be no other forts as we push up. We're going to try and take as much of this land as we can. It would be kind of cool to kind of get up into the Jerusalem area, but we'll see how this goes. Let's send our fleets over to start pillaging. And we're going to have to watch them. I don't actually... How good are the Pythia's fleet? They have 46, so they have a strong fleet. We want to not let our fleet get caught by that. And now we kind of sit back and wait. Red-handed. Several nights ago, Drupedas was discovered helping himself to a sizable quantity of gold from the national treasure. Really? We can have him flogged, gain popularity, he loses health, we lose money. Or chide him publicly, we lose popularity, we become friends because we didn't get him in trouble like we should have. We're flogging you. I did not have 50 gold to lose. Joke. Here comes our supply train. Food is a big component of this game. Your army has food over here, so we have 41 food. you take it from your provinces, which also have a food counter, and so you're trying to balance carrying food with you. You can take from the provinces you conquer, but you don't want people starving. Well, maybe you don't care if it's your enemy. So we took the city. So the looting can be gentle. We get some gold, we gain prestige, and we gain popularity. We can let the men roam freely. We gain more prestige, more money. Populations in this area will be killed, or we can butcher the city, gain a ton of prestige, money, and the place will just be demolished. We hope to take it. We're not going to demolish it. This is a very good tactic because at a certain point, we're not going to want to take too much land. And if we manage to push into their empire further, what we can do is do that and get money out of it. Rival at court. Fine. Constant bickering is ruining whatever authority Primus used to have, and the atmosphere. Oh, this is our kid. Oh no, I had one in the other families. We can let him have his way. We lose popularity, he gains popularity. Or we tell him to stuff it, we become rivals. You can stuff it. Good lord. We have received an envoy sent by... So, one of our allies, he wants to be our friend. Sure, we'll be friends. Okay. Pausing. The court demands that Palestine belongs to us. That's fine. We'll get to there. We'll get to there. We'll accept this trade offer. I'm sure we'll talk about that later. Okay, this place is now burning because we've conquered it. All the places nearby will be conquered by us because of the fort. It's just how it works in this game, which makes life a lot easier. Now, one of the things I wanted to talk about is slavery is a big thing in this game because slavery was a big thing in this era. We can also acquire slaves by just raiding land. So one of the things we can do is once we get to territory we don't want to keep, we can just conquer it, take slaves, use it to boost our own country. Very helpful. So we're going to just push forward and continually conquer a little bit. I don't know what's happening out in the world, but my war score is dropping readily, which makes me think that everyone else is losing, which is very disappointing and might make this into a horrible idea. But let's keep pushing forward. Our war goal is to take this area. So as soon as we have this next one, we'll have our war goal. We conquered another city. Again, we won it. So we're going to be gentle with our looting. Only one population died. Unfortunately, we are going to one at a time. I'm just thinking. I might build a second little army that can come clean things up and push forward and take the fort. We're going to take this one because it's the capital. But let's build a second army. Grab a macro builder troops. We're going to grab 3 archers, 3 light infantry, very light army, not super strong, enough to take this land for us, basically. They'll just roam around and conquer. Another city, gain will be gentle. I'm kind of thinking we'll take to these 2 provinces and stop there. Because then we have this channel which leads down to the rest of this little peninsula, which since we want to conquer that, I think that's a good... I think this is it. This is what we're going to take up to. Or maybe more, because I'm greedy. Come take the fort. We'll speed it up a little bit again. Our war score has been improved by this, but not tremendously. Because our other nations are being crushed. Where do we have... Wait. I saw a food issue. Okay. Merge up. And, best guy there is. Come take that. We have loyalty issues. This guy, who we're now rivals with, dislikes us. If he's powerful enough, he will try and get a civil war with us. We're going to leave it be for now. He's not, but we'll have to watch that. That has a potential to be a problem for our nation. And I think that's a good place to call this episode. We kind of just dabbled our foot into a war, and it should be interesting going forward. Thank you everyone for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode where